The self-care has been non-existent, so... Got up because Dad started talking about a corgi, and now he's like, why are you talking about other breeds? I'm right here.
Who's most likely to get stuck in an elevator? Angela.
It's fine, we're fine actually, we're fine. You talked, you did the thing, you smiled, you emoted, your face twitched a little bit, but that's okay, because faces twitch.
I did it!
You did it!
I did
How
it.
was it?
It was literally fine. It was literally fine, and yet I still tried hiding myself, but then I was like, I actually don't like this, because what if I'm doing the face? What if I'm looking dead inside? So then
Sure.
I showed myself the view again, but then I hyperfixated on it, and so I don't know if your face does this, but my face does this, where it starts twitching. Faces twitch, skin twitches.
I think I've had that happen.
It started to involuntarily, I was like, oh god. I had this unhinged thought where I was like, what if I simply Googled him mid-call? That's so messed up.
Girl, what?
That's so messed up. So, but he was, I think objectively he's cute. I don't think it's just me
white
being...
boys can be cute.
Yeah, that's the tragedy of life.
I love a little Delulu.
It's because of that dream I had last night. That dream I had last night ruined me. Why am I...
That was such a ridiculously vivid dream for no reason.
Why am I out here having entire romances in my dreams and only in my dreams? My fantasy, being seen and validated on a regular basis.
That does check out.
It was also the fantasy, the coziness of sharing our families, our friends coming together, you making craft.
That sounds cute.
Talk about multiverse leakage, am I right? I was like,
Right.
what is this?
That was my first thought. I was like, oh, so this is another life.
I know! And it made me so sad. And I'm sick too.
Her Wanda era.
Why would you Wanda era, but it's just me having someone who really cares about me. The bare minimum. Just wow, he really says what he means and then he follows through. What a fantasy. It'll be fine. Whatever happens, happens. C'est la vie.
You just roll with it.
It is what it is.
It is what
It is what it is. So
you gotta roll with the punches of the editor.
There's so many. There's so many of them.
So many punches.
I need to be drinking this tea. It's there.
Drink
They
it.
specifically were like, you have to drink it within 10 to 15 minutes of making it. So I'm gonna do that.
Did you
now.
do that?
No,
Do it.
I'm gonna do it now.
Power through, my friend.
I'm almost done. I just have a little bit left, but I'm like, I can't do this.
You did a lot already. I'm sure it'll take effect.
I'm in hell. Can we discuss?
Derogatory.
Can we discuss Ayame and Yuval? Talk about fueling Delulu, am I right?
Obviously, there's other aspects to that being able to happen that work really well, but I'm truly, if he wanted to, he would.
No, for real.
He's so handsome.
He's so handsome when he smiles. I'm
crazy.
I'm gonna twirl my hair,
It does, I think it does kind of highlight how even the most, normal people, when they get, a high-quality camera and lighting and a crew behind them, it really does change some things. There was, a certain scene where he's, walking outside and, kind of, looking aside or whatever. I was like, that's a model.
I was like, Yuval!
A celebrity.
Yeah.
And he's just, a regular guy who got big on TikTok.
Right. Exceedingly smart and clever, kind,
Exactly.
and insightful?
Considerate? Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I think I can kill my fantasy now. It was the continuation of a dream I had before and a dream I had before that. It was truly I was living in a parallel universe.
That's disgusting and frightening and sad and
it's very upsetting because it's okay,
well.
but I don't want to know that this could be a thing. I don't want to know.
why are you being tormented with this window?
Maybe that makes me less of a romantic because maybe the idea is you should be happy to even have a world where that exists, but my theology says that I shouldn't believe in the multiverse theory. No, this is just my brain.
Your brain trying to create a world.
I was trying to psychoanalyze it, and I was like, maybe it's because, yeah, like, that's my dream, is that to be seen like that.
I think it's, in general, you want that connection, and you obviously, like, family's important,
right.
So it was able to slot itself in there as, like,
right.
You know, a surrogate for that feeling.
Right.
Also, I was there, so that's pretty significant.
Yeah, you were.
Man, they're living the life over there.
I hate it when my dreams are, like, that, like, just slightly off kilter. Like, everything about the house was my house. And then the doll,
feels too real.
The Aang doll, was incredibly lifelike. It's not fair. I was like...
It isn't. It's in such, like, an intimate space, like, to have the dream in your home.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime I have a dream in my home, whether it's my current one or an old one, it's like, those are really vivid dreams.
Oh, it's not jiggling anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna be like,
yeah. Hello. Let's pretend that my room is actually clean. I'm still sick. I actually don't know if I put in any of the footage of me talking beforehand, but I've been sick. Welcome to my life. I just did a call with my editor. Also did an event today, and it was the first time that I spoke about Danica, the first book. I did a lot of things that are scary to me because it involved talking. It's so much easier when it's just talking to nobody in particular, except for the void. You know, when you build something up in your head to be this huge, meaningful event or meaningful task, there was a possibility of stumbling over my words or blanking, which are all normal human things that people do, but I have social anxiety. I was really in my head about it, and this whole situation has been just me self-soothing and me just telling myself that I can talk, say things. When it actually happened, it was fine. I'll build this thing up in my head, so much so that it becomes this huge mountain of a task or an event, and then I get to the top of it, and wow, the view's really nice, and I just have to, after the first minute or so of me having heart palpitations and like sweating, often, especially if it's a virtual event, which it was, I have to like hold my wrist, and I end up digging my nails into my skin. I just have to ground myself and be like, you're a real person. I always end up zeroing in on my facial expressions.
faces twitch, skin twitches.
I have like a little podcast with my best friend, and what I end up noticing is how often my face just goes blank and dead. You know, I have RBF. I've had RBF. I speak of it as it's like a condition, but it is. It's a condition, and I've had it since I was a wee lass. I get the sentiment from people like, I thought you didn't like me. I thought you hated me. And I swear to God, like, it's never true. I'm such a people pleaser. I promise that it's just my face. And so because you see yourself emoting or not on Zoom, I'm often just zeroing in on that and being like I just hyper focus on that. And so I'm always telling myself, make sure you smile and laugh and nod. But then I'm like, do I look deranged by like how often I smile? Or like, it's such a strange thing to attempt to strike balance with. Guys, I don't know why I'm here. I just wanted to turn on the camera again because I used to post on this YouTube channel. It was before my undergrad, and it was right in a period of my life where I had just suffered my first major mental breakdown, and so, there were several after, but that was the first major one, and so I was still finding myself, and so I would post a lot more frequently, and then life got in the way. I would take down or archive, I'm a serial archiver, I just archived my personal blog. I kind of want to get back into it though. I want to practice my editing. So it's so messy in here. So like this week I've been trying to clean my room. Side note, did anyone else see that Pedro Pascal was trying so hard to post the trailer for Gladiator 2, and it took him 3 times, and I thought I was losing my mind because I would turn on the audio and then turn it off, and then I realized that I wasn't the problem, that Pedro somehow put on like lo-fi music instead of turning on the audio of the actual video. Yeah, I just wanted to briefly address that. I love him so much. I thought it was really endearing. Yeah, okay, what was I saying? Right, so I've been trying to clean my room and trying to like get out of this funk. That's the other thing. I'm here because I've been really depressed. I was deep in the throes of depression the first time. Now I'm back here because I'm still depressed. But I think I have a better grasp on it now. I hope. So I just wanted to like kind of chronicle or have a little diary while I attempt to get my life together. Hello again. It's me. So what I ended up doing yesterday with my wall decor was completely scrapping it all and then putting some of them back onto where they were. Some of them, I mean, if it's not aligned, I don't care, I'm sorry. I just needed to put something up there. Also, I deeply enjoy it when one frames their wall decor, but I don't have very many frames, nor do I have the means to obtain frames. So I really want to frame these guys. These guys are like my babies and I need to frame them, but I don't have frames right now. So I think I'm gonna hit up Value Village at some point, finally, and frame them. But this is my bookshelf right now, and it's been this way for a while, so I need to redo it. Same with my blind boxes and stuff. And then, of course, we have Matt. Say hello, Matt. And then that's me. Hello. There's a lot that I still need to clean in my room. Honestly, guys, like, I've been rotting. So, it's a good thing that I'm even doing this. Me doing the bare minimum. If you ever like, my god, like, her hair is terrible. Don't worry, I know. Don't worry. I've been down in the dumps.
I got one less problem. Wow. I think we're nailing it.
Which is why I'm back here. And I think that I've always worked better when there's some sort of form of accountability. And while a normal person would be like hitting up their best friends, I'm gonna do this instead. So I'm gonna try to be like, hey, this is me attempting to take care of myself. Speaking of self-care, if you haven't checked out the app Finch, this is not sponsored at all, you should. If you really like birds, then Finch is for you. You get a little chick, and the chick hatches, and you get to name it and decide the color of its feathers and its beak. And you're basically taking care of the bird every single time that you take care of yourself. So right now I have goals like, you know, making sure I shower, making sure I get out of my bed, making sure I step outside of my house, or right now I've added on this new goal of cleaning one area of my room because I have been rotting for months. You know, if you're not depressed, if you don't deal with things like that, or if you're not neurodivergent and taking care of yourself comes naturally, I applaud you. Truly, I do. If you do struggle like how I struggle, then definitely try Finch. I've only had it for a couple of weeks now, but it's honestly motivated me to get out of my bed, to drink water, because you can add friends. And the other day, it was yesterday, two of my friends, two birds came to visit my bird, basically, and they reminded me to have water. It actually did make me drink more water, because it was like, oh yeah, you're so right, little cute bird. So if you like cute things and you like birds and you need a little bit of motivation to help you get through the day, then try the app. I'm kind of in a transitory phase. I just stepped away to focus on me and taking care of myself, and then I haven't been taking care of myself because I have been very burnt out and I've been focusing on my creative projects. And so what's ended up happening is, because I've been focusing on my creative project, basically I've been having a rough year. I'm not gonna lie. I'm having a rough year and I'm trying to just get by. And I guess this is just me sharing a little bit of what that's like to get by. Being slightly agoraphobic, slightly phobic, I am. Very much dealing with social anxiety every day. It's so, I feel very much like sometimes a little kid, because let me get a little bit closer as I vent to the internet. I've always had social anxiety, I think. No, that's not true. I've struggled with social anxiety for quite some time. In fact, I'm pretty sure I've talked about it here before I archived those videos, like the last set of videos that I did here. But it's just been like a lifelong struggle. And so if I ever come on here and I'm like, I did the thing, and the thing is just me talking for 10 minutes, then that's a win for me. Because often, do you mind? I get in my head and I ruminate and I replay things I've said or things I could say, or I'm trying to be better about pausing the rumination, recognizing that I'm in a cycle of like a spiral, and then just pausing and taking a step back and being like, maybe I'm not being as kind to myself as I could be. It doesn't help that I have BPD, so there's that. I'm in my mid-20s now, so I am 26, and I often feel like the pandemic kind of stunted my growth a little bit. Like a lot of people, the pandemic definitely had an effect on how I exit my house now, or if I exit my house, or how I talk to people, or don't talk to people. And so I'm kind of still navigating what that's like, because I just left my last full-time job, which was a full-time position, but it was remote, and I would talk to people, but not to the capacity that I used to when I was still going to school during the pandemic. Right before the pandemic, I was in school, I was working at school, I was talking to people pretty frequently, and now a lot of the time I only talk to people on the weekends, and that in itself is draining, and I want to be better about being out there and being on, so to speak, especially because I have books to write and stories to tell, but it's such a daunting task to me. I don't know why. I mean, I do know why, because I've done several years of therapy, but it's just frustrating to have to deal with. So I hope that whatever this channel turns out being, me just showing you a little bit of what it's like to be in my head all the time, that, I don't know, we can just root for each other and hope that the little things that feel like gargantuan tasks feel a little less gargantuan. I don't know, I just want this place to be a place of whimsy and awkwardness and maybe like learning more about birds, because I really love birds and I really love Finch the app, and I need the Eastern version. I don't know why I bought the Western version of this book, guys. I bought the Western region version. Makes zero sense because I live on the East Coast, but I learn a lot every day. So, oh my gosh, I also have this. So I take this with me on my walks, and I also have a bird watching app on my phone. And if you like bird watching and bird learning and all things birds, just let a girl know, because I want to learn more. I'm very much an amateur and I want to learn more, even though I've written a book involving birds. But yeah, I did the scary thing today. I'm very proud of myself. The scary thing being, of course, socializing. So I guess that's it.